Let's start with the very basics of crochet, and that's before we get anything onto your hook. That is mastering the slip knot. I'm going to show you two different ways that you can do it with your right hand, two different ways you can do it with your left hand. So let's start with the right. So you're going to hold the top part of the yarn in your right hand. The remaining part of your yarn, or the ball of yarn, which hopefully looks nicer than that, to the left side. You're going to get your left two fingers out. Now holding the yarn with your right hand, you're going to go up and over, around to the bottom, up and over, and then make an X. When you go up and over, you'll go to the left to make that X. You're going to, with your left hand, pinch that X between your thumb and the finger, and now you've got this hole that you've created. Still pinching the X with your left hand, you're going to go into this hole and you're going to grab the yarn. Once you have a hold of the yarn with your right hand, let go of the X. Now you've got these two strands. You got the top and the part closest to the ball of yarn. You're going to grab onto those two with your left hand. With your right hand, don't pinch anymore, but leave your finger hooked up in there. And with your left hand, you're going to pull until there's a knot. This is the slip knot. From here, to adjust onto your hook, you can pull this yarn this way. If it gets too tight, you can always just pull it back out. But that is the slip knot. Now I'm going to show you how to do the second way with your right hand. Very similar, but we're going to use the hook towards the end. So you're going to hold on to the top part. The ball of yarn is still to the left, still the left two fingers, still holding on with your right hand, still going up and over the left two fingers, under the two fingers, up and over again to the left till you have the X. Pinch the X with your left hand. Now you've got this hole again. From here, you can pick up your hook. You can go into the hole. You can hook your yarn and then sweep it underneath. Okay? So you can go into the hole, hook your yarn, and then sweep it underneath. Now, once you have it looped around your hook and inside the hole, you're going to pinch this yarn against your hook. Once you've done that, you can let go of the X, and like before, we're going to hold on to the two strands, the top part and the part closest to the ball. Hold on to those, quit pinching your hook, and pull. Let's do left-handed. And I know that you could just do the mirror thing, but when you start actually learning stitches, and I'll show you how to do both right and left hand stitches, so if that's something that you find useful, please subscribe. Even if you use the mirror option on your phone, verbally it's still telling you to do left or right, and it gets confusing when you're trying to do it backwards. First way to do it with the left hand, you're going to hold the top part of the yarn with your left hand. The ball of yarn is going to be to your right. Right two fingers are out, and holding the yarn with your left hand, you're going to go up and over the two fingers, around the two fingers, and then back again above the two fingers and to the right, creating this X. Now you're going to pinch the X with your right hand. You're going to let go of the string, so it's still remaining like at the top. You've got this loop. You're going to go into the loop with your left hand, and you're going to grab the string. Once you've grabbed the string, let go of the X with your right hand. Now you've got these two remaining strands. You've got the top one and then the one that leads back to the ball of yarn. You're going to grab onto those two strands with your right hand. Now you're going to stop pinching with your left hand, but you're going to leave your finger in the loop. And then you're going to pull down with your right hand. So now you've got the slip knot that when you need to adjust, you can pull the yarn and it can get smaller, or you can pull back up on the loop and make it bigger. All right, now let's do the second way you can do it with the left hand using your hook. So again, holding the top part of the yarn with your left hand, the ball of yarn is still to the right, still using the right 2 fingers. You're going to go up and over with the left hand. I've got a little loop coming in there. I don't want that. Let's try that again. Up and over with the left hand, go underneath the right 2 fingers, up and over and to the right till you have this X. Once you have the X, pinch that with your right hand. Now you've got the same loop. So holding your hook with your left hand, you're going to go into the loop. You're going to hook the yarn and you're going to bring it back through. Once you have it back through, you're going to pinch the yarn against the hook. I like to use my left thumb, but it can be any finger. And then once you've pinched that yarn with your left thumb against the hook, you can let go of the X with your right hand. So now, again, we have these 2 strands, the short one and the one leading back to the ball of yarn. You're going to grab onto the 2 strands with your right hand. Quit pinching the yarn to the hook, but leave the hook there. And then you can just pull down on those 2 strands. There you go.